Donald Trump inadvertently called his followers not educated. In fact, he said, smart people don't like me. This mimics kind of what he said in 2016 when he said, I love the poorly educated. Again, calling his followers poorly educated. This would also explain why Donald Trump, for example, is trying to get rid of places like the Department of Education, as well as trying to remove federal funding to places like Harvard and other universities across the country. You see, the reason why Donald Trump does not like the educated people is because he understands that they will call him out any chance they get when he mentions something that's just patently untrue. For example, like Peter Navarro saying tariffs are tax cuts. Any kind of educated person, quite frankly, anybody with a high school education would understand that tariffs are not tax cuts. By necessity, tariffs are an actual tax on imported goods. We also saw where Donald Trump earlier last week realized, and he even kind of said it, that if the tariffs from the IEEPA are overturned at the Supreme Court level, guess what? He has to give back all of that money back to these companies. But you see, this is why Donald Trump loves the uneducated, because they won't question him on any of his terrible economic policies. They will just go along with whatever he says.
So Trump just openly called his supporters dumb. His words were, smart people don't like me. Which means that if you like him, you are not smart. That's not me saying that. That is Trump saying that. That is him saying that if you are smart, if you're a smart person, you should not like him. From his own mouth, he's telling you that you're fucking idiots. And y'all will still support. This man could outlaw oxygen and you would all close your mouth and close your eyes and squinch up real tight and hold your breath until you turned fucking bluer than his suit and went unconscious. And then when you woke up, you turned yourselves in for breaking the law. Like, this man is telling you to your face, in no uncertain words, two things. Number one, that you're dumb if you support him, if you like him. And number two, that smart people don't like him. So maybe it's time to get off your knees and wipe your mouth.
Donald Trump said smart people don't like him, and that is the first truth he's ever told in his entire life. Like, of course we don't like you. We're educated. And thank you for actually telling your supporters that we're smart and they're dumb. And like, how can you be part of his fan base and hear him say that? How can you hear him tell you blatantly that if you support me, you're stupid, and the people that are smart don't support me? Like, how are you not offended by that? Like, how do you not think like, damn, this motherfucker just called me dumb? Like, I'm gonna cry. Just keep thinking college is a fucking scam, bro. Keep thinking that. That's literally the funniest shit. I'm sorry. Just literally the funniest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. If you smart people don't support me. I gotta go back.
Yo, in today's episode of As the White Hood Turns, have y'all seen that clip that's circulating on social media of Syphilitic Sid? The clip where he says, smart people don't like me. I'ma tell you what. That is the first true thing I believe that man has ever said. He went on to say a few more ridiculous things. You know, they asked him some questions about the deceased and whatnot. And of course, you know, he just was his usual babbling self, you know. But can we talk about the fact that first he said he loves the poorly educated. And now he's saying the quiet part out loud that he knows smart people would never vote for him and smart people don't like him. I love this. I love that he's either always known or he's just getting to that realization. And I think this is why he goes to spaces where the poorly educated can't go. Because he's trying to make smart people like him. I don't think it's working. Okay, bye.
I'm really confused. I'd love some clarity. So Trump just came out and said that smart people do not like him. And I'm wondering how his supporters feel about that, because he's inadvertently called you all dumb. Are you just going to be like, oh no, it's a joke, he didn't mean it? Or are you like, yeah, we are dumb and we don't care? Like, how do you feel? I would be really insulted if the person who I supported was like, yeah, all of my followers were dumb. Smart people don't like me. Isn't that disrespectful? Wouldn't you like to think that the guy who you're all obsessed about thinks you're smart, not just thinks you're stupid? It's so bizarre.
Smart people don't like me, you know, and they don't like what we talk about.
MAGA, your boy just said smart people don't like him. And we know he's already on record saying that he loves the poorly uneducated. Standing in front of those reporters today, he said, again, smart people don't like me. And then he laughed. So I'm curious, if he loves the poorly uneducated, what category do you guys fall in? And are you okay with being the group of people he deems poorly uneducated? Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just asking. I mean, like,
we won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
Today we take a very historic action that was 45 years in the making. In a few moments, I will sign an executive order to begin eliminating the Federal Department of Education once and for all. Should I do this?
Over the weekend, as I'm sure everybody has seen by now in that very viral clip, Donald Trump admitted that smart people don't like him. It was a shocking admission, not because of what it means, but shocking that Donald Trump was willing to admit it. Right? If you're watching this segment, you already knew that, so the information wasn't new to you. But the fact that Donald Trump, unprovoked, just came out and said this kind of did send shockwaves through everybody. I mean, here's the exact quote. Smart people don't like me, you know, and they don't like what we talk about. Bingo. Like, yeah, we don't like you. We don't like what you talk about. But let's look at the other side of that. If smart people don't like Trump, but there are people who like Trump, we know that obviously by Trump's own admission, they can't be smart. So that would make them what? Dumb? Idiots? Morons? Just plain old stupid? Right? I mean, if smart people don't like him, then the people who do like him have to be not smart. By Donald Trump's own admission, folks. These aren't my words, these are his words. If you like him, you're not smart. That is what his statement is telling us. And sure, the reporters in the room there chuckled a little bit, but I think it was more of a nervous chuckle of like, yeah, what the fuck was he? Why is he saying this? I don't know. And of course, it was in the same breath that Donald Trump then talked about how he has so much sympathy for the parents of Charlie Kirk's murderer, going on to say, quote, it must have been traumatic because the parents are conservative people, supposed to be very nice people living in Utah, and the father turns in the son. Boy, that's a tough deal. Actually, I asked somebody in the FBI, how often does that happen, where knowing even the guilt that a father will turn in or parents will turn in their son, and he said almost never. First of all, that conversation never happened. Trump did not speak to someone in the FBI about that, and they said, oh, it never happens. It happens all the time. It happens every day in the United States. Have you never heard a true crime podcast? I mean, hell, there's videos on Instagram Reels and on TikToks of parents turning in their kids. It literally happens every day. Jesus Christ with this guy. But anyway, smart people don't like him. Maybe because he says stupid things like that. Maybe because he lies all the time and pretends to talk to people that don't exist. Maybe he's talking to the voices in his head. God only knows what's going on in that demented piece of flesh. But Jasmine Crockett, of course, came out, jumped on this the same way everybody else did. And Jasmine Crockett, again, one of like thousands of people mocking Trump for this statement. Crockett said, quote, "I agree. So does MAGA know what this means he thinks of them?" Brilliant statement. I loved it. And again, though, there were literally thousands of people basically saying the same thing. So when the White House, when the press office was all asked for comment, clarify what Trump said, and for some reason the Daily Beast asked, also comment on what Jasmine Crockett said. Not any of these other 1,000 people that have commented on it, but give us a response to Jasmine Crockett and clarify what Trump meant. White House spokesperson Abigail Jackson said, quote, "All 3 of Jasmine Crockett's brain cells are infected with Trump derangement syndrome." Clarify what Trump said. Jasmine Crockett's an idiot. Oh boy, got him. High five. Yeah, Trump was right. Smart people don't like him. And smart people don't work for him either. This Abigail Jackson, that's your response. They asked you to clarify and of course comment on Crockett, but you only heard the last part of the statement, even though it was written in an email. Then you attacked Crockett. Out of all the people in the country who were mocking it, you attacked the powerful black woman from Texas, right? I mean, I'm sure that's not a coincidence. No, you did it on purpose. And I think the Daily Beast was hoping to get that with this idiotic question. Why single out Crockett again when thousands of people said this crap? But that's the response. The response is more hate. The response is more division. And of course, the response is once again claiming that all of us on the left who do not like this guy, but we're also smart, according to Trump, suffer from some kind of mental illness that they have dubbed Trump derangement syndrome.
A rare moment of honesty. Trump admitted,
Smart people don't like me.
which every smart person in the world already knew. The irony is he's admitting that if you do like him, you are not smart. But people who like him can't follow logical equivalence, so he gets away with statements like that. Sorry. Translation for those that do like him. If one thing, then other thing.
Well, finally found one thing can agree with convicted felon Trump on. Yesterday he told the world that smart people do not like him. Well, we can all fucking agree on that one. Here's who else that doesn't like him. Honest people, people that with decency, people that do not enable rapists and pedophiles, people that believe in college and education, people that believe in a woman's right to choose and freedoms, and people that do not believe in authoritarianisms and dictators. That's who don't like him.
So Dookie Booty said that smart people don't like him. And then he turned around and spoke very highly of Charlie Kirk's assassin. Watch this.
Smart people don't like me, and they don't like what we talk about. But he's become radicalized. So many things have been learned about him so quickly. He's become totally radicalized and crazy, and it must have been traumatic because the parents are conservative people, supposed to be very nice people, living in Utah, and the father turns into son. Boy, that's a tough deal.
MAGA, y'all daddy said y'all dumb as hell. Y'all dumber than a doorknob. Y'all stupid as shit. Y'all are not smart at all. That's what your daddy just said, MAGA. Because he said smart people don't like him. So I guess that only leaves the dumb, stupid motherfuckers. This motherfucker really trying to say that the gunman was radicalized by the left. Didn't he follow Nick Fuentes? Wasn't he a Nick Fuentes follower? Trying to victimize him and his family. Oh, he was radicalized. His parents were conservatives. They were very nice people. Very nice people who raised somebody that took out your friend. Ain't that your friend? Ain't that your friend? Ain't that your friend? And that's how you're going to talk about the person who took his life? Wow. Of course, in Dookie Booty's eyes, there were very nice people on both sides. This shit is getting really, scary that they're trying to push this shit so hard. This shit is getting weird.